Hello guys, I decided to revive this dead channel by making a video about the new shopping district on Fallen. So here's this, I guess. Now, to be specific, I'm just going to be rating the shops based on a few criteria. And these will be size, depth, supply and demand, options, and creativity. Now, supply and demand also kind of goes hand in hand with options, so let's get rid of that. So without further ado, let's get started. Now I've got my diamonds on hand in case I decide to spend a little on these wonderful shops, so let's go. We're gonna start at this unnamed shop claimed by Spooky Panda. Now I'm not that much of a Birchwood enjoyer, however I do like the shop design, and the little bit of depth it has really appeals to me. Now heading in here, we've got a nice carpet flooring with a work in progress chandelier is what it looks like. This shop does appear to be unfinished, so I'm not going to give too much critique. However, these low prices for gunpowder are something anyone would want. Overall, the size of this shop, pretty big, takes up the entire plot, so it does give a large boost for the rating of it, and the depth it has, it's pretty good, considering all the glass panes and all the seating. One low score I will give is a low supply, considering they only sell gunpowder, which I did buy one stack of. And I also do love the creativity of the shop. It looks more of a cafe. I can't wait to see what they have in the future for this shop. It is still under construction, but overall, I'll give it a good 7 out of 10. Next up, we have the food shop directly next to the bridge. It's claimed by Electro. Now, the shop looks like it was built pretty quickly, but it does have a nice design to it. I feel like there could be a lot more block variation, although I do love the flowers inside the plot. Now, one flaw I will critique this shop for is that you can't go inside and actually buy the stuff because, well, it's a closed shop and you can't really spend your diamonds here. Overall, this shop looks quite lovely with all the flowers. However, I'll only have to give it a 3 out of 10 due to the sheer size. There isn't much depth to it. You obviously can't buy anything, so supply and demand is pretty low. But I'll give it a few points for creativity. Next up is Atlock's Amethyst and Bamboo Shop. Now here, I am the most previous buyer. I bought some bamboo from them, and the shop is pretty much what it is, bamboo and amethyst. The size of the shop is pretty small. It does have a good amount of depth though. I love the log pillars here. Obviously, there's a demand for bamboo, and they have the supply, so I'll give it a few points for that. I love the creativity of this shop and how they have a separate chest for paying. I'll have to give this shop another 6 out of 10 due to the small size of it, but it does have a lot of other good features. Next up, we have It's Jamie's Wool and Mending Shop. Now, this shop is exactly what it sells, various colors of wool, and mending for the low price of 12 diamonds. Their block palette is quite lovely. The shop is quite small, but it has plenty of depth. And obviously, as the server is beginning, many people are trying to get enchants, especially mending. Mending will make sure that your tools and armor will be repaired. As I said before, the block palette is very lovely, so I'll give it a very high creativity rating considering all of the other blocks that they've put into the mix, like this polished dye right here for some reason. And you can sit in this bench right here and have a little snack or something. Yum. Overall, I'll have to give this shop a good 7 out of 10. Good job. Next up is my personal favorite, the shopping tree. As you saw in the little cutscene, all the items that they have for sale are hung up on these little cranes. They offer a very wide stock with blocks of iron, amethyst, copper, deep slate, and many other options. I really love the creativity of this shop, hanging inside of a tree and having the options that they have for sale hanging off. They have very many options to choose from, which really boosts the supply and demand criteria, and especially depth with how they've utilized the tree. I'll give Titan Slayer 44's shopping tree a 9 out of 10. This is another one of the early shops in the shopping district, Dr. Sunnywolf's shop. Judging by the sign, they have a limited supply at the moment, but they still sell a variety of food options. They've got cookies, stew, bread, pumpkin pie, and a cat named Butterbean. Upstairs, they have hay coming soon, and they sell pumpkins in bulk. The shop has very excellent depth, and I love their building style. They take up most of the plot with the limited space they have available, and they're very creative, especially with the cat named Butterbean. Overall, I have to give the shop a 9 out of 10 as well. Now, we'll be reviewing this shop owned by TCJ. Walking inside, we can immediately see this shop is designed to be a superstore. They sell a variety of enchantment books, which is obviously in very high demand at the moment. They also sell totems of undying too. I'll be helpful for later. Heading upstairs, there isn't much done, but this shop is still a work in progress, and the shopping district still is in its very early stage. Many shops are unfinished. Overall, this shop is very massive, and the depth that they provide really boosts its score. The supermarket creativity side of it really appeals to me, so I'll have to give this shop a solid 10 out of 10. Great job, guys. Now this is my shop called Super Delights, which has one of the grandest entrances with my display window so you can see the armor that we have for sale, and we have a little pond over here. Let me take this time now to advertise my shop and show you what I have for sale. We have golden carrots, glass, stained glass, gunpowder, fireworks, TNT, with many more options coming soon. If we go upstairs, we can see all the enchantment books that I have for sale, which is pretty much every book that you'll need for your gear. Now obviously, my shop is just another shop in the shopping district, so I'll just have to give it an obvious 0 out of 10. Now this shop is very beautiful, however, I do not know who the owner is because they have not put a sign on their plot. If we go inside here, we can see that they have a very large selection with shelves of gunpowder, paper, iron, totems, and even bread. This view of the ocean is very spectacular, and there's even a door going into the outside so you can see exactly just how majestic that this blue body of water is. This is a very large shop with plenty of depth, and the creative use of quartz and dark oak really gives it that nice cozy feel. So all in all, I'll give this shop a good 8 out of 10. So, those are my honest ratings of the shops so far in the shopping district. I can't wait to see what new shops are in store for this shopping district and new items people might sell. If you'd like to join, I'll leave a link in the description. Follow on smp.com/apply. I hope to see you on the server. See ya.